Hey, how's it going? Sorry, we signed up for this Be Live TV, which is a split screen format for Facebook Live. It's similar to like a podcast format that I'm used to, but now Facebook is actually. Didn't they buy Be Live?
Not sure.
I think.
I don't think they bought it, but they are working on developing.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. Yeah, so they anyway. I apologize for that. We were trying to set it up with Torty and Rex over here, my team with Alitura Naturals, which is now 3 today. Sorry, I'm late, guys. So yeah, we're all Torty and Rex were both business owners as well. Oh, you see my little logo right here that my dad, or my mascot, not logo. It's a little wood lion carved. I love lions, so that thing's gonna be in every shot that he can make it in. But yeah, so we're just kind of today it's a fun day for all of us because a lot of businesses don't survive. What is it like the first year?
First year, 90%
They don't
fail.
90% of businesses fail within the first year. So I'm just I mean the love has only increased. It's just I just remember first starting off. You get I know with someone who doesn't have like a chemistry background, I know the reactions that I got just with telling people that I had this product. I didn't have a name, didn't have a website or anything. It was a clay mask that smelled. For the people out there that currently use the clay mask, there's imagine twice the amount of kelp powder that's in there. We definitely had to cut that back. I didn't mind because I knew what type of effect it was giving me every single time. It was so consistent, it still is. But it was a little earthy. Matter of fact, funny story. Number one, my neighbor at Otsego complained because I mean that thing would she complained to my landlord about some stench that was coming out of my room or my bedroom. It was a studio in North Hollywood, and it was just like there was a lot of coffee being made, and there was a lot of masks being made every day. And I don't some people are very sensitive to smell, but that 100% happened. And my landlord came in. I was like, "Hey, you're more than welcome to come on in. I don't smoke. I don't do anything." I was like, "Come on in." He's like, well, "What's this?" I was like, "Oh, thank you for asking. It's a skincare product that I'm working on." And I just started going through the ingredients, and he smelled. I was like, "Oh, maybe that's it." And because I wasn't adding any essential oils to it back then, and it was just apple cider vinegar and a lot of kelp and the rest of the ingredients, colostrum, and then the clays and things like that, and the rest of the roster. But this is super early on. This was, when was this? 2012, 2013. It was just purely, I was just doing it for me. I didn't ever have, like a name, or I didn't have an intention to start a business. I called it a product just because it sounded cool to say that, but I didn't really know that it'd be where it is today. So it's just funny stories like that. And there's so many more. What's the other one? Well, here's my advice to people out there that are in a physical product related business. It's just you have obviously to get a good website made through Shopify, Wix, WooCommerce, WordPress, Squarespace is another one, right?
Yeah.
And that's step number one. Shopify is what we started out with. Now we're with WooCommerce, but WordPress because it has a better blog platform, and it has it has like a larger. How do you explain it? It's like it's bigger for the blog format, which we plan on carrying a lot of vlogs, blogs, a lot of very good content, and driving that daily to really keep the SEO as effective as possible. But don't get me wrong, Shopify, the merchant side of things was extremely effective, and we, in the initial couple months, switching over from Shopify to WooCommerce was really difficult, and we were wondering whether or not we made the right choice. I mean, it's a very good. They have templates, very easy apps that you can add in. ad or cart. What's the cart checkout, abandoned cart check? That was a really good thing. The way that you could just target people that maybe have added to cart and then kind of forgot about their order. That's just one. They have a really good shipping. Shipping easy is what we're with now. But here's funny story number 2. I mean, I hand wrote out labels for, what was it? Almost 2 years. I'm talking to and from. So Andy Hnilo, 10541 Otsego Street, whatever it was. I would write that out and say we had a big sales day that, we had a lot of, I was handwriting those out in these little to and from stickers. And then my mom kind of put 2 and 2 together. I don't know why I didn't think of this, but she, bless her heart, thank you, Mom, by the way, she would just have my side of things. So the from, so I would just slap that on. That saved me a ton of time, seriously. I didn't think about the little things. I was just locked in on delivering not only a kick-ass product to the customer and then getting it out that day. That was all I was thinking about. I didn't want anybody else, like it was my absolute baby, and I didn't want anybody touching it. I didn't want anybody around me. I knew what I had to do. I kept it simple, and I just had to get orders out that day and just stay consistent with that. I loved it. I just loved what I was doing. I loved having a little bit of pressure to get things out. But can you imagine? So here's where I'm going with that. Is just there's several programs. We're with Shipping Easy right now, and now we're with Easy Post. We have a fulfillment center out of San Leandro. But had I just signed up for Shipping Easy, I know it's not rocket science, and this is embarrassing to say. If someone else is out there, just get a scale, a printer, and it goes right to your laptop, and it's just the orders fulfill themselves. And all you have to do is just, especially if you memorize the weight for a moisturizer, that's what 3.4 ounces with packing, and mask is what, like 9.7. Yeah. So we know all this stuff, and you can just tag it in. It's all, and then print it out. It's all pretty much automated. 2017, who would have thought? But anyway, that's not something. That's probably my biggest blunder, because not only did they save you money on those shipping programs, save you money, but the time I spent waiting in line with laundry baskets full of orders and back and forth to maybe getting those 2 laundry baskets, stacking laundry baskets on top of each other, and then going back and having to wait in line all over again. I was happy to do it though. It's just that's just how I'm kind of wired. But it's not. I'm not saying it's like smart or cool or anything. It's just kind of it's not a quality of mine, but organization, and you learn on the run. That was it. And so 2 years into it, we finally signed up for to shipping easy. So that's one way to streamline a physical product business, especially if you have a consistent weight. Where, like, say you're selling something like like little goods, little trinkets and stuff like that, where you can just, it's really small weight, then your shipping isn't as unpredictable as ours. Like we have several different packages, 9 different products now, so the weight varies. So luckily we let our fulfillment company take care of that now. So that's another one. I'm trying to think of some other things that were funny. When I partnered with Dave Asprey, and he brought the product on his site, and we had a deadline to hit, and I didn't know to reach out to a co-packer at that time. It was just so far over my head. I contacted a couple people, but we couldn't reach their minimums to, the mask is extremely expensive to make, so it's just, minimums of 5,000. We just didn't have that type of capital, so I just bought individually and had a really good group of friends to help me mix. And going through that, I bought a mud mixer from Home Depot and started going to town, and we did the math, luckily, and it worked out. And luckily, when Dave put it on the Bulletproof site, the people responded to the product really well, and that allowed us to just expand and do things the right way, and get it done, get it manufactured professionally, and expand our product base. But yeah, it's just, looking back, there's been so much. Oh, and then another thing, I was telling a funny story about just several people around my neighborhood who, bless their hearts, you know who you are, man, it's just been, it's awesome. So, but when it was just me out of the car and I would mix up, like, say, small batch buckets, and then have to carry the jars, the lids, the labels, the sealing tape every time, because they didn't want to keep it at their house. These were people that helped me label the jars and things like that, and then I would have to come back and load the car up, and usually there wasn't a parking spot outside of their place, so I had to stack all this stuff, and they're on top of each other, and then just walk around the neighborhood. It was just never complain. I loved having something. I loved doing something and having a job. You know, this is right after. Every day was unpredictable. I felt like I was underachieving, and to have something that I technically did, I created, so that just felt good. So like, once you get a chance, and from someone that you admire, like in my case, Dave Asprey, it was just like you just take that and you run with it. Like you don't need that. It's a level of excitement that I can't describe. So an adrenaline that I can't. Yeah, it still hasn't left. There for a couple of years there, I was, it was just with a smaller product base and a smaller shop. You have less to worry about. You say you have 2 products and mask moisturizer. There's not a whole lot to worry about. You got 2 things of inventory to worry about. You just monitor that, get your orders out, worry about content here and there, get good content going, separate yourself ingredient-wise. But then when you want to expand and really grow your SKU roster and get as many products as you can, we're at 9 now, and we have 3 signed off on, and so that's going to be 12 here within the next 3 months, I would say. And then I already have ideas for more than that. So it's going to grow. This is what I love. So I'm constantly thinking of rosters, way to separate myself from other brands, and also it comes to me. It's what I love researching. It's like one of the only things I love reading about. This baseball. I need to work on that, because I want to learn how to skills that I don't have. And one of the best ways to do that is through reading. So I got to work on that. So, but it's been great. I'm doing this podcast next Monday with Mike Dillard with the podcast called Self-Made Man. I've never researched so much for a podcast before, because it's like the #1 self-help podcast on iTunes. And so I spent this whole weekend just really locked in on that and just getting this whole format down. And he had one guest on it that really, he said something, I think his name's Jeff Hoffman. He's a very successful businessman, and his big thing is chase excellence, not, he's talking about all these people that are forming exit strategies, and I haven't really thought about that. We've been asked that from people that want to buy in and join the team, and I leave that up to other people, but I don't chase. I'm very specific with how we source things. It's got to be a little difficult, it's got to take time. I just know what I want with every single product that I release, and it has to be perfect. It's hard to describe. That's why it takes so long. It really does. We had someone earlier ask us about the fragrance and the pearl cleanser that we're signed off on, but like little things like that are big things to me, and they should be. It's just like the bottle, the detail, just going around and not. We could have bottled this in the fall, the fragrance. The formula's done. It's amazing, and we could have gone with the normal packaging. I just have this designer feel and this look that I know I want, and I just felt that there had to be someone out there that could make that vision reality, and it's been very difficult. But finally, we found someone out of Italy that custom makes the exact bottle that we wanted. So that feels really good, and that's why you wait, and that's why you don't settle for anything that less than your vision, I think. And when it comes in, and when it matches what's inside the bottle. I say that now, I don't know yet, but I know I'm looking at the shape of it, and it just, if they follow through with the color, and then get the nice etching in of the logo, it's going to happen. So just staying with that, not settling for anything that is, in my opinion, that is just, you know, you want to build something, you build that trust with your customers and with people that they refer, that the customers refer to you. You have one chance to make a first impression of just above and beyond, you know. And so when I heard that from Jeff Hoffman, chasing excellence and not chasing money and exit strategies, it completely validated my just why we do what we do, you know. And it's just the things that we can control and hope to perfect. Better believe they're gonna be perfected, or at least we're gonna do everything we can to perfect it. You know, we don't cut corners. It's hard to even say that out loud, but I mean, it's just the things that we can control, we're going to do our best to perfect. And so, yeah, that's where we're at. I'm rambling, aren't I? Does anybody have any questions? Anyway, yeah, so Torty and Rex, just great guys. Both have they bring skills to the table that I just, you got to admit what you're lacking. I'm not like the guy that is going to sit here and just act like I know things that I don't. I'm happy to admit things that I just flat out, if you have a better skill set than I do, editing, photography, videography, Torty on the marketing side. I mean, it's great. It's a nice fit. I feel like, creating a nice, fun work atmosphere out here in the hill. I mean, it's beautiful, it's beautiful. So it's fun, it's, it's been quite a ride, and I'm extremely grateful. And I know I did a podcast with Dave Asprey. I think the most recent one that I did, and I was like, Dave asked me a really good question about, well, what have been some like some failures and some things that have you ever, things haven't gone so well. And that's at the time it was kind of true. I was like, man, things are great, but we only had a few products, and like I said earlier, it was just that's pretty easy to stay on top of. But when you wanted to turn it up and then scale up and really take it to the next level, it's difficult, but it's great. I mean, there's nothing else. I mean, that doesn't bother me at all. Now I know what he was talking about. It's not all rainbows and sunshine all the time, which is fine. I mean, I can deal with it. But man, yeah, you find yourself getting stressed because every decision is extremely hard. It's never an easy decision with just little. I wish I could give you an example right now. Can you? No?
Well, just like you're saying with the fragrance, like we need it to look right. It needs to feel
right.
You can't just throw it out there and get it out there in the quickest way possible, because we believe that the hard work pays off. It's worth it to have such a line that we all love. We never look at it. We never regret anything about it.
Right. Yeah, and that's it's a comforting feeling. That's when there's no worry. It's like that's when it turns into like all the stress, and that's like this level of excitement that you can't describe, and that's the way it's going to be. Hopefully, well, I already know with the cleanser and the fragrance and our serum that we're releasing. Anyway, that's just the way I believe it should be. So, just that feeling, that little ember of an inferno that comes when the customer loves it as much as you do. It's hard to put into words. So yeah, it's been awesome. So yeah, this has mainly just been. I mean, if there's anybody out there, yeah, this is another one. It's like I just refuse to ever doubt anybody's like dream or vision. It doesn't matter how strange it is. I never really did. I've never been a big doubter in anybody, but this is just to anybody out there. It doesn't matter what it is. Just if you're like your intuition is telling you something, and your excitement is following that, and your passion follows that, something's going to happen. You can't deny that. Passion, intuition, work ethic, discipline, determination, relentless. Just following through, executing, and it's going to make you feel good. And then on top of that, like, there's no better feeling of like executing and making something happen. Doesn't matter what it is. I just refuse to doubt anybody's dream anymore. Not that I ever really did, but I don't, everybody has it inside of them to make something happen, So just if anybody out there is on the fence of pushing forward and following their dream, man, I mean, I'm not trying to be Captain Motivator over here, but I'm just an example of, I got told no quite a bit, and like politely no several times, which is almost even worse than vehemently no. But no, it's okay though. I just felt that I had something, and so yeah, I wouldn't just just the lesson learned for me. It was just like just follow through, listen to your intuition, follow your heart. So if your mind's telling you something and things keep popping up in your life, little situations, and pay attention to the things that excite you, and then take it from there. The level of work, I would say, that you have to put into it is obscene. Like that's why you have to love it. That's why you have to be excited about it, because it's endless. If you really want to make it happen, it's never easy. When you have to be supremely talented if it comes easy to you, and then hats off to you if you're one of those people. But so there's my little thing, and then also I wanted to just say, thank you doesn't even begin to describe it for me, but I started all of this through little pictures just in that same apartment, just going, it was my thing, it was my little creative outlet, and just kind of handshaking little containers of the mask, but I just kind of started sharing it, and would get little likes here and there, and people would kind of be like, hey, nice job, like, what is that? And then so someone, a good friend of mine, gave me a chance and tried out that product. Still didn't have a name at her med spa, and her customers liked it. It needed some adjusting. This was constant beta testing and constant adjustments on certain ingredients, but we're extremely happy where the mask turned out. And then just you take that level of detail into everything you do, and then that's how I plan to continue to do things. But anyway, so just thanking everyone out there who's been so supportive, because it's just that feedback, that validation. I don't care what anybody says. I can only speak for myself, but I did need that. It feels good. Just go, hey, it's like, hey, what is that? Hey, can I try that? And then I would just drive around town in a little backpack, apple cider vinegar, essential oils, mix it up, and all I wanted was feedback. That was my beta testing. So thank you to those who were really supportive and still are. It kind of started that little flicker of a snowflake into what I plan on turning into an avalanche of momentum. And momentum is everything. You just keep it going. And thank you guys. I really appreciate your support, and you too.
Love you guys.
I appreciate it. All right, guys, have a good one. See ya.